Boom. All right, y'all, we live, man. Y'all know how we do. I'm gonna wait for the fan to tap in. I forgot to let them know I'm going live. But yeah, we're going over the Essence Fest in this video, man. I'm gonna go over how some people feel about the Essence Fest and some people who was there experienced it. I'm gonna let them speak on it. But I'm also let this young lady speak on the Essence Fest and what she thought about it and how this could be the end of it. In my opinion, that's what I think. But I'm gonna let her chop it up and I'm gonna give my commentary on it. But it's been big news around the internet right now about this Essence Fest. But without further ado, shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel, man, and hitting that like button. I really appreciate y'all. But let's get it. I'll be on for about an hour or so. Let's get
American Heritage and Essence Fest. So it's night 1 or night 2, and there is a lot of complaints coming through, and the common consensus is the culture has shifted. It no longer feels like us. And honestly, that makes sense because the people in charge now do not value Black heritage. Essence Fest used to be known as the Cookout. It was created in 1995, created to center Black American heritage, the music, fashion, beauty, political power. It was basically like the family reunion created by Black people for Black people. Soul food, a little gospel, a little trap, NOLA. It was a culture that you felt deep in your chest. But now, not so much. It feels somewhat curated, corporatized, and it no longer feels like it centers us.
Now, and we spoke about that when Fat Joe was saying what he was saying about FBA and BET. And we getting a lot of this in a lot of different industries. It's where it's like it was Black owned. It's not Black owned no more. And it ain't right. It's kind of like food. You ever had some food, restaurant change, and then it just don't taste the same. But let me let the lady cook.
Current CEO of Essence is a former DEI executive for Target. So the very thing that Black Americans are protesting, she was the center of, and now she's the center, well, she's the head, the CEO of Essence. Upon more research, I found out that she is originally from Kenya, and she moved to the US when she was about 10 years old. The point of me bringing that up is she doesn't seem like she values Black American heritage, because if she did care, the festival will still reflect the very people it was built for. And seeing as though that's not the case, I can't help but think that she does not value Black American heritage. Instead, it's become a space that uplifts everyone else aside from Black American heritage. That shift is starting to feel really intentional. Local Black vendors are being pushed out.
Of course, it's intentional. That's why, ever since we started delineating it, we've been seeing that it's more and more of an issue because we support everybody else's culture. When they had their flags, we always salute them. It was always respect for their culture, but we just want the same respect when it comes to ours.
Local creators and influencers are overlooked completely, all while being the very representation that is needed for Black-centered heritage in the South. It doesn't make any sense to me. It has slowly become a place that has been curated for optics and not community. This very thing is exactly what I was talking about in my previous videos when I asked the question, where are the Black American beauty creators? The answer is we're being pushed out of the very spaces created and centered for us. And not just pushed out of these spaces like Essence Fest, but panels, brand deals, sponsorships, media. And all of this didn't happen by accident. It has happened through leadership, branding pivots, and sponsorship deals that prioritize global Blackness.
Global Blackness, because some of us gonna get on there and they're gonna say, look, man, they're gonna speak that the trauma that our ancestors been through, they're gonna talk about that. But if you get a Black person that's not from America, they're not gonna talk about the people who was originally on this land and what they had to go through. They don't care. They're just trying to get success. So it's a more easily marketed thing to somebody else that don't know our struggles right here.
Global Blackness, a movement that often leaves out the specific culture and heritage of Black Americans. And when brands talk about inclusion but sideline the very creators who made the culture, we should all be asking, if Essence no longer feels like us, who is it for?
So now there's been a lot of people been talking about this, saying that it don't got the same vibe, it don't got the same feel. And this is why we got to have our own kind of festival that we could control the narrative, because you see with BET, it's the same thing. They pushing a political narrative. Everything that we once had, it's like big business takeover, and they'll even try to put a black face in there. Like they'll have a person that's black, and you will be thinking they running it, but at the end of the day, they trying to just get our acceptance. That's how I feel. But I want to know what y'all think about this. But check this out. Here's a discussion from people who was at the Essence Festival. And this is what they said, how they felt about everything. Now, I ain't gonna go as far as canceling them, but I think it definitely, they on that cancel verge if they don't respect. Check this out. If they don't respect our culture, I don't see how we can continue to support people that don't want to support us. But let's get it where we get the discussion, the panel discussion.
Normally, the crown of summer events, especially for the Black community, placing a spotlight on Black culture. But is there a crack in the crown? There's a list of complaints, including Target being a sponsor despite the company's rollback on DEI policies. People are also upset about some of the musical acts. Lauryn Hill reportedly did not hit the stage until 2:30 in the morning, playing to a nearly empty Caesars Superdome. Some fans are asking if Essence Fest has lost the plot and tarnish its legacy. Joining us to talk about it, comedian and radio veteran Nate Todd Smith, CEO of Regal Media, radio personality KG Smooth, publicist Brigitte Waugh, and Sherry Hendrinos, owner of Boost Marketing, also into public relations and crisis intervention. So, KG, you just got off the plane.
Literally.
From New Orleans, from the Essence Fest. What was it like? Because when we see many of the videos, some of the venues appear to be empty. The city just didn't look like it had.
It didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same. It didn't look the same, but it definitely didn't feel the same. And a lot of what the people were saying is because of the new leadership. I was there at the convention center Saturday, prime time, 3 a.m. Saturday afternoon. Normally that place is wall to wall. It was like a ghost town. I was shocked. I was really shocked. And so I don't know. Some folks are saying the acts. I thought that the lineup was pretty dope each night. Lauryn Hill being really late on Friday night, that wasn't her fault.
That's part of the course, though.
That's the norm. That's the norm.
But it's not her fault this time. They actually started egregiously late, and Target being a sponsor, the title sponsor. They know folks ain't doing that, but what they're saying is the ownership. You know, that they are trying to do more with the African diaspora and with our Caribbean family and take away the Black American culture that started Essence Fest in the first place. That's what the main conversation on the ground was.
And Nate, Caroline Wanga is the CEO, current CEO.
Yes.
What do you see as the problem here? And is there a problem in your mind?
In my mind, it's not. I hate the diaspora wars and everything. And I've been, seeing all these things and people talking on TikTok and all the different sites. And I feel like they're using a lot of words just trying to say African booty scratcher on the cool, like just being very negative towards Africans and people that are Pan-African. And I don't like that.
And really quick, for those who are wondering what we're talking about, many say it's more pro-Africa than it is Black American and the celebration of the Black American culture.
Yeah. I mean, the lineup is pretty much all Black American. And I mean, if Essence was up for sale, like a Black American could have purchased it as well. So I think sometimes when things aren't working out or you're being evolving or, you know, just change. Essence started in 1970. The first Essence Fest was in 1995. It is 2025. It's going to look different. America's different. Everything is different. And I think it's a little bit, a little intellectually lazy just to say, well, it's an African that's leading, you know, that owns it, and that's another one that's leading it. So they're trying to change everything.
Now, I don't agree with what she's saying, because even if an African owns it, right, you still have to do good business practice and make sure you feeding your fan base. So if your fan base want African American culture and that's what they want, and you're feeding it something else, you're not doing a good job of leadership. What these people are saying is making sense. It's empty there. You can't just look past this and think that these people just hate it. You have to, the customers is always right. So this lady going on talking about a Black person could have invested in it. Like, yeah, a Black person could have bought it. But like I said earlier in this channel, a lot of times it's control. Just like the Democrats and the Republicans do, they try to get certain district attorney seats. They try to make certain district attorneys in certain areas announce that they're a Republican or a Democrat. They try to take it over. The same thing what they do with our businesses. They try to take that over and make sure they get a political backing on it. But let them go, and I'm up.
The whole, you know, Jollof versus jambalaya thing. You know, when people always ask me growing up, oh, what is jollof rice like? I would always say it's kind of like jambalaya, you know, because I think everybody eats beans and rice. We season it a little differently, but I think there's a lot of ways to be together than separate. I think that's just a lazy intellectual argument.
I think that they could have named it something else, like the taste of the diaspora or something like that. But to make it like, they named it the Battle of Jollof, which was very big on the graphic, versus jambalaya in this small ass font.
But was that one thing? Was that one thing out of 3 days? You know what I mean?
Sure,
At the Superdome,
that was
one thing.
That was one thing.
And one, you know, there's so many different activations. There were so many different acts. This one thing means that, you know, Africans are taking it over. I don't really, you know, buy that.
All right, Bridget, let's hear from you.
I mean, I saw different things as I was looking at, you know, doing my own research, and it looked like it's a matter of opinion. Some people say they had a great time. Some people said that, you know, it sucked. And the main thing that everyone said, though, is that Target, being the title sponsor, was a problem for them because we're boycotting Target. And a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram were like, you know, hashtag boycott Target, and how that wasn't right, because it's like they connected it to Caroline, because it's like she used to be the head of DEI at Target. And then now they're the title sponsor at Essence. That's for the culture, which is for Black Americans, if you will. And there's been a long time that there's been this confrontation, let's say, you know, with Black Americans and with actual Africans, because it's always been said that Africans don't like Black Americans because we're lazy or, you know, different things of that nature. So it just depends. I think part of that comes from that underlying current that's still there against, you know, with Black Americans and Africans as a whole. So I hate that they're disparaging us with that.
We'll continue in just a second, Bridget. We'll be right back with our guests. Stay with us. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're talking about the Essence Fest and the issue that some Black people have with Carnival Cruise Line. So let's continue back with Essence. Sherry, when you talk about a crisis situation in marketing and your image, what should the Essence Fest do in order to address those who may be unhappy with the way things turned out this year?
Yeah, I think in any brand, you have to listen to your consumer. It doesn't matter what, you know, brand you are. And from what I'm hearing and from everyone, KD was there, you have to listen to who you're catering to. That's important, because the point of this festival is to celebrate Black culture and Black heritage. And it seems like it's veering away from that, from what everyone's saying. Personally, I didn't go this year. I had people on my team that went that did say it was way slower, was not as busy. But in any brand, you have to know you have to know your audience, you know, and so you have to evolve with time, but still, if you're seeing your numbers go down, I think it was like 73% this year, then you have to adapt. You say, what are we doing wrong here to adapt to what our following wants? And you should.
That's what I'm saying. If it would have been a Black American running this and doing everything, they would have made sure they showed the culture. They would have made sure you would have known it was an event and you could vibe to it. When it's anytime when it's another culture trying to host another culture event, I don't think it's ever gonna go right. Can you imagine us going and trying to host a European festival? It's gonna be like, we don't really know they real culture like that.
If you want to
and
keep
of
it
course,
going.
you have to acknowledge that to yourself, that
You
you
do.
may be doing something wrong. Todd?
And she mentioned about evolving. The music has evolved. And we mentioned it off camera. A lot of those original artists, Frankie Beverly, God bless his soul, they had passed away. Back in the day when I would go with friends, I would go with my parents. There was always acts that everybody could relate to. Nowadays, you have such a interesting point in urban music where you have something that the young people gonna love, and some of the old people gonna love, and it's like no in between. You know what I mean? So some of the younger artists, like the Coco Joneses of the world, they're great, and I love them, but they might not have that long track record to have built an audience of young and old. So that's an interesting position for Essence to be in. The Princess of
That's why we got to start gatekeeping, because we seeing what's happening. They get into the culture, then they start taking stuff out of our culture, mimicking us. It's like, this is why gatekeeping is important. This is, why we got to start doing that for our culture. Or shoot, next thing you know, they ain't even gonna be representing Black America no
the
more.
world are gone. All these artists that everybody could
we
run.
had Maxwell. We
Yeah, that's
had
true.
Baby
But can the
Face,
young
we
people?
had Boyz II Men,
that's
we
true.
had Jill Scott, we had Jasmine Sullivan, we had Patti LaBelle, we had Siren.
But
we
also a
had-
lot of
But
these
do they get that?
artists-
But do they get the? Okay, Summer Walker. But do they get a lot of those people? Do they get the younger artists? Maxwell, I'm cool with Maxwell, but will a 20-year-old jam to Maxwell? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Are
So
they spending
They're gonna be
their
like,
money
who the hell
there?
is Maxwell?
Yeah, no, there were some young people at Maxwell. We were there.
A lot of
I mean-
these artists are very accessible online. A lot, Boyz II Men was there again. Boyz II Men just came to Houston too. So it's like the accessibility is there, and so we don't have to wait to Essence. We can see them online. We can follow them. We can join their fan club.
That
But my point is, just like we had with Fat Joe, Mav Hopper, and Busta Rhymes, we've been seeing people talk like this. They've been acting like Black Americans, we don't got no culture. Now you don't want to put it out in your Essence Festival. It's like we seeing this trend coming. So I don't think nobody is overreacting. I think they seeing the change that they trying to make with just FBA period. It's like they trying to put it underneath the rug. Let me know what y'all think.
Their
reaction
Patreon.
I did,
There's so many
She's right on
ways
that
to
one.
reach out to artists now. We're not waiting for the Essence Festival the way we used to.
Is there an affordability question as well?
that's a big one.
I think so too. I think that, there's a lot of people that have lost their jobs or their disposable income is just not where it used to be. The price of a regular concert ticket has like quadrupled. You know what I mean? So if you're going to other concerts and then you want to put in Essence, I mean, the budget the finances ain't
Math ain't
finances.
math. Yeah.
Okay, guys, go ahead, really quick.
To say because the week before Beyonce was here, and everybody came from around the world to see her. So did they spend all their money to see Beyonce?
Right.
They couldn't afford Essence.
Because Beyonce will come through and snatch some bags.
Okay.
Snatch all the tax refunds, all of it.
And now let's move to Carnival Cruise Lines. Many African Americans are saying that the company is creating rules.
So that's how I feel about the Essence Festival. I feel like it ain't gonna be right until we got us in power running it. Yeah, it ain't gonna never be right when another culture is leading another culture event. I don't think that's ever gonna work right. But I'm finna get into what they talking about this Carnival Festival. I said I'd never get on another carnival, and that was in like 2016. 2017 could have been out there, but
To be discriminatory against them, like no fans when you're dancing. You know,
So if that's the case, so if that's the case about the fan, then that is racist.
Yeah.
If they say that, because it's regulated to a certain song.
Yeah.
However, if you can't say if one culture brings in the cucarachas, or you understand what I'm saying, you can't say that. You could just say don't bring in certain items or something like that. But I think the curfews and things of that nature, I think that's fine because it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
That I think.
And they had most of the rules I was reading before.
Yeah.
But I was asking KG, I'm like, did someone get hit in the eye with the fan or
Yeah.
something? Like,
That's the whole
why
thing.
did you change this? And I
It sound like
remember,
gunshots.
you know,
I mean, there's always a couple that are just like a little disrespectful with the fans, where it's like, everybody having a good time, then somebody got to go get their big fan and they just doing.
Now, I thought that they did everything because of the fights that was on Carnival Cruise ship, but I could tell that they don't want the ghetto black person, the hood black person around certain other customers. They feel like it's gonna make other customers not want to come because it's fights, it's all of this. So, and this is some stuff that they, the higher ups know that they pushing this gangster rap and all of this craziness that's going on here in America, but the cruise line want to get the money, but they just don't want all of the bad press, so other people don't want to come because they know that it ain't gonna last if you just
Too much, and it's that one person, those three people, your cousins, Isaiah, they ain't on baby oil. They take it too far, and now we can't bring fans.
But I think that these new rules, like I think black people are fine with these rules. I think those rules are for the N-words.
But check it out. The complaints that I've heard from Carnival Cruise have come from black people. You know what I mean? A lot of the complaints people have said has gotten too ghetto. So a lot of this might be a response.
Because I'm paying my money, I'm here to relax. Yeah, I'm here to party a little bit, but I'm also here to relax and party. And maybe I don't want to hear flat.
Growing up, cruises were very boring, so I thought they started to get more fun. I was like, oh wow, when I was younger and my mom took us on a cruise, it was very boring. And I thought it was a fun thing now. Yeah, I was like, oh, we could do that. Yeah, they should just mark now they actually have things.
Yeah.
Or, exactly.
Soul Cruise.
Soul Cruise.
Yeah.
You have that one, and you have it for us that like to wake up and read the book.
So the table
While the sun is rising.
Breakfast.
They have a lot of those celebrity cruises too. Like they have all different kinds.
We're just like calm and cool.
Well,
I don't need to be celebs. I want to be laid back because the celebs bring the fan people that just.
That's my.
We'll be
I like
right
doing
back.
that.
We'll continue this
That's fun.
conversation with.
So in this video, I was just talking about the Essence Fest and talking a little bit about the Carnival Cruise. So everybody has been saying on social media, on X, they've been talking about boycotting the Essence Festival because they seeing them veer away from Black American culture. And we've been seeing this year and last year, we've been seeing a lot of people take shots at saying that hip hop was created 50-50 by Latinos and blacks. We keep seeing people take hits at Black American culture. Busta Rhymes saying America ain't got no culture. We didn't keep seeing people take hits at our culture. So it looks like it's the climate of trying to dilute the Black American culture. Just because it represents the political, how it started. It was all about politics. It was all about fight the power. It was all about, it was a political weapon that was used that was helping Black people. But I think politics realized that. They like, okay, look, we got to take that out so they don't have this political weapon that's fighting. And we hearing this political talk blasting in the radios and on the, in music. So I think that's when they had to control it, and then it just went all the way negative. So now we don't even really respect it. We see that most people are probably just agents. So it's like a full takeover of the culture. So I think politically we can't speak about the stuff that they're gonna have to correct, the injustices and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. But I want to know what y'all think, man. I'm finna open up the line so y'all can tap in. I forgot to hit my group and let them know I was going online. But Yeah, man, I think all of this trying to have FBA culture represented is all being done, for a reason. I don't think it's just for no reason, in my opinion. But I played a couple videos that y'all ain't see if you just tapping in with me. But I'm gonna let y'all see what some more people are saying about the Essence Fest. Check this out. But I mean, some people is saying that they did enjoy it. So I ain't gonna say it's just totally, but check this out. Show y'all a couple clips from it, then we're gonna get into what some people were saying. But check this out. Yeah, we might have to cancel the Essence Fest, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. But check out Jasmine Sullivan. Now, y'all, they said it was super empty. They say Lauryn Hill was performing and it was at 2:30 in the morning. But they saying the leadership was like crazy. But let me show y'all Essence Fest. But it's all good. I ain't want to get the channel. I know I'm on live. I ain't want to get the channel flag, but I want y'all to hear what this lady said.
One thing I can say since I've been back home looking at Essence Fest, it's so empty. Like, it's early in the morning, but it's real empty. I've seen what it had a ton of people outside at 9 o'clock in the morning. Even the vendors, like the food vendors on portraits, there are barely none. It might change when they get a little later throughout the day, but it's looking rough. It don't look like it's Essence no more. I don't know if that's a word, but Essence not festing no more. Like, I don't know what's going on. Usually I'm hella booked up, for one, for Essence. Two, so many people who normally go, they're like, I don't think I'm going this year. And I've heard why.
Yo, what's up?
Which is kind of messed up.
What's
like, how
good,
y'all
Joe?
gonna make people pay for other parts?
Just seeing the video, the updates on the eviction notices.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we had to update one. We got one going for Essence Festival, man. I feel like, what you think about this whole Essence Fest situation, bro?
That's a great question. I mean, I didn't even know what time it was gonna be on.
Right.
I don't even check for them, but I did started to understand what was going on when I heard Master P saying he wouldn't be doing this no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just saw the domino effect. I was like, okay, he's not the only one.
Mm.
You know, people like Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
You know, and even when we mentioned those two people, like Master P, Shaka Khan, these are artists who have a particular taste. You know, it's just like when Shaka Khan was tapped by Kanye West to do those hooks on Through the Wire. She wasn't really feeling that at all. She wasn't even feeling it after she did it until she got that paycheck. You know,
right.
but it's just certain things, you know, people don't want you to sample their stuff, you know, and I could see these two having a, you know, seeing it like totally differently. Like, listen, this is not the Essence Fest that I was celebrating years ago. Something totally off, you know?
Right. So how you feel about, they had a whole bunch of flags in there, right? And they had flags from other cultures. They did not have the American flag, or didn't have no representation of the Black American people, you know, the pioneers of this. Like, do you feel like that's disrespectful?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. On FBA and on our ancestors who are American.
Mm-hmm.
It's just disgusting at this point. We are at war.
Right.
These people, they start off with one flag, then another, then another, then another. And then it all boils down to what? The LGBTQ.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going with this.
You could put all those flags together in one room, but who do they truly honor? They're not fighting for no Africa. They're not fighting for no Caribbean countries.
Right.
You know who they fighting for.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean, they dressing like the American culture. Like, if you go anywhere in the world, they got people that they like that American culture look. They're trying to, you know, talk like them. Everything. We don't hear the opposite. We don't get nobody that's trying to copy off of other cultures outside of America. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And when I think about certain artists like Lauryn Hill, like I said, man, I was a fan of her when I was much younger, until a grown man. Then it started to click onto me, you know, like all the single mothers that I met, the beautiful ones, you know, all of them that had nothing to do with me.
Right.
Other than they were attracted to me and I was attracted to them. But I was always saying to myself, Lauryn Hill let them all down.
Why you say that?
She never wrote that album on her own. Not that particular one.
Oh.
And that's exactly why she'll never come out with another one.
Oh, because she didn't write that. Who wrote that? Was it that other, her ex-husband or something? What's his name?
Multiple people. Yep.
That's how the industry is, though. Yeah, that's how it is.
And you can see the same pattern with Cardi B. So it went from Lauryn Hill to Cardi B, winning the best album of the year for a female and for rap album and everything like that. And look at Cardi B. She can't even drop an album either.
Right. Why? Didn't somebody win?
Because she can't do that with the ghostwriters again. Like,
right.
Yeah, you can write your own shit, but can you really write a whole masterpiece album? Do it again. It's like the guy who wrote the book Roots, Alex Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal book. However, he never wrote nothing else again.
So for you, that questions they're writing. If they never wrote, like this was probably a plant.
I never trust nobody.
Yeah.
I don't trust nobody who singing, you know, lovely love, you know, it sounds great. But at the same time, you was a hoe, cheating, breaking up your group. You know, like, man, and none of those fellas wanted you as a woman for real like that.
Dang, but I love Lauryn Hill, bro.
I love her music, her old stuff. But she crazy as hell.
Yeah.
And I would tell a group of fine studying sisters, I would never be intimidated in telling them that. You know?
To don't follow Lauryn Hill's footsteps. That's basically what you're saying.
But you know who looked good at that show?
Who? Jasmine Sullivan?
Nah.
Who?
Oh, I mean, I definitely like her. I like how she sings. She reminded me of the Lauryn Hill eventually, earlier on.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, Ari Lennox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did definitely look good. She be getting hate on with Team Dark Skin. She's 34 years old, no children, not married.
That's strange.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. That's strange.
They you know, shout out to Brittany Renner and Corinne Steffens. But our brothers, we need to get the game back on. There's too many sisters like Sha'Carri Richardson, the track star,
Right.
and all the above, even like Clarissa Shields, Ari Lennox. There's a group of these women out there who are $1 million women. Nobody's taking them off the market.
Clarissa Shields off the market, man. Papoose got her. What you talking
Well,
about?
he didn't take her off the market. He fucking with her.
Oh man, you wildin', man.
He gonna find out real quick that that's Remy Ma 2.0. He gonna find out. He don't have it like that. He don't know how to apply no pressure, bro.
Man, I'm rocking with Papoose on that one. That was a good
rock
move.
with Papoose because he's a nice gentleman. He's a gentle man.
But what's not? He's rocking with her. He's rocking with her. So what?
It look good, the optics, but
optics look good for him right now. He done leveled up. He got another little chick. So it's like, what you want the man to do? He locked in.
That's what's supposed to happen. You know, Papoose is like the litmus test for anybody who's hitting like close to age 50 or whatever like that.
Yeah.
As a FBA man who's straight, Papoose is an example. You don't even have to earn her type of money, and you can reach 20 years down with that magnetic attraction and pull her still.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's not a new book. When it comes down to this Essence Fest and what they trying to do with the hijacking the culture, this is the last Essence Fest.
You think this the last one they're gonna have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too.
Because this whole Democratic thing, they running out of it's a turnoff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they're doing is a turnoff.
Yeah, I agree. When
was the best year for music? In the 2020s thus far.
In the 2020s, I don't think it got to be in 2020, but I'm talking about
exactly. It's about like I think it was 2020.
I think the best era is when we had CDs and cassette tapes because the consumer had more power. Because you could sell somebody a CD, you know what I mean? And they can listen to it. Once technology got better, they just started robbing and taking from the culture, taking from the artists, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I see the gangster drill rappers, the female drill rappers. It's already started. I mean, I know that they've already been doing, the drill, like shoot that dude, steal from him, whatever. But now that these girls are actually shooting out with each other, and killing each other.
Yeah, they done changed it to the women. Now women talking about shooting and
Right. At first, I didn't really take it too serious, but like, damn, I know that it shoot, but damn, it could be, it could be a little catchy now,
Yeah, your girl Remy Ma started that too. She was one of the first shooter. Yeah, the shooter females,
Right.
So she was one of the first. But yeah, I think they've been watering down the industry with everything. Everything has been kind of for sale. They trying to get it out of there because of the political power that rap has. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Can you imagine what's gonna happen next year, though?
What's gonna happen?
We're gonna have to go into country music.
Why you say that?
Because we just gonna have to, bro. We're gonna have to leave this.
Nah, bro, it's coming back. Everything's coming back with.
How we gonna manage it with we got these Africans cosplaying.
All of that's going out of business, bro. Like BET gonna go out. Everything is gonna go, because if you don't pay respect to the land and to the ancestors, bro, it's not gonna work out. The people aren't gonna have that connection, just like we don't got that connection now. It's just my opinion. I think they're gonna have to either give it away, sell it to a FBA, because that's the only thing they're gonna respect. We couldn't go to Spain, bro, and run one of their cultural events how we want to run it, and it's gonna be successful, because we don't know their culture. We not in that. They're not tied to us. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not gonna work. Like, we could try to make it work for as long, but once they find out, hey man, Doge and Water God running that Spain festival, they're gonna be like, nah, man, I ain't rocking with them dudes. They're just, people are not gonna deal with you, you know?
Right.
They're gonna look at you as colonizer. You know what I'm saying?
So who's the finest African artist out there that you can speak on?
Bro.
Who actually got skills?
What do you mean, the finest? Like the woman?
Woman, or has actually got skills that is a musician?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Musicians out there, I've never seen an African woman that I was like, yo, they hot like that. Like, I don't know, but they got a lot of beautiful ones now. Don't knock me on that. Don't get me theirs. But as far as music,
so it's not Tyler?
Huh?
It's not Tyler?
I'm not familiar with her.
Make Me Water, Make Me Wet.
Oh yeah, okay. I heard that song before. That is hot. I gotta give it to her. But
that she not it.
It's not like, it's a good song, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying?
No LMA.
Yeah, it's not yeah, like I can't give her, bro. Whitney Houston. Just think about her. Think about I mean, we've been impacted by so many great female, even artists, period, that it takes a lot, bro. I don't know. It's just me, but I don't think nobody can really make me be like, wow, I done listen to Michael Jackson, Prince, James Brown. It's like, what you gonna do? Like, I think you gotta come from that at this point to like impress me. You know what I mean?
Lineage.
Yeah, you gotta come from it, because it's just too much greatness behind it. And everybody knows it in the world, bro. They all listen to these people, you know?
Right.
But I ain't even know the girl Make Me Water song, but I heard of the song, but it wasn't that impactful to where it was like, who is this singer? You know what I mean? Like, who is this person? This is the next great. Like, I ain't say that hearing her. Salute, raise head.
I mean, do you know who Tim's is?
Tim's is?
Do you know Tim?
No, I don't know. I don't know Tim.
TEMS?
No. But I got somebody in the chat was like Green Tea Ping. You know who that is?
Green Tea what?
Green Tea Ping.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Mm-hmm. But who you said?
Tim's.
Oh no, I'm not. Listen.
Tim, she's probably the only one out there that I know who probably got skills. Does look good, but like I said, yeah, man, they're disorganized out there. They don't got it. Like, it'll take them way too long to catch on to this FBA stuff.
Salute. Yeah, for real. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna check out Green Tea Ping though. I just looked up her profile.
I'm gonna check that out too.
She looked like she American though, bro. How I'm looking at her face, it looked like she rocking with the tattoos on the face. It looked like she on American
that's
time.
Another thing too. They got these anchor baby ones, man. Like Davido. You know who he is?
No, I don't know. Great Vito.
Man, oh my God. Yeah, some of them are born here in the United States, but they go back and forth. They like Akon. You know, like you can never trust him. Like, are you really born in Africa or not?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Shout out Roy G. Like FBA
Well,
chart.
I'm a dock my yacht.
Oh yeah, go ahead and land the plane, man. I appreciate you tapping in, though, bro. You hit some great points. Tim's, I'm gonna check out
XRP.
Oh yeah. Oh, you big on XRP now?
Sui token.
Oh man,
Bitcoin going off.
I grabbed both of them, and they doing good, man. I'm glad you put that into the chat.
Like I said, it's about to blow up everything. I think in the next next week or so.
Facts, bro. I'm gonna do a video on straight like investments that FBA need to get into, man. So I want you to tap into that.
All right.
All right, bro. Later. Shout out to Doge, man. So Michelle Nigelaciello. Oh man, that's a long name. I checked out you, girl. I'm gonna check out Green Tea Ping, but these artists that's aboard from America, I don't be seeing like that. I don't be feeling like they don't have that impact to me. Let me let this New Orleans woman finish her, cause I like how them New Orleans women talk. Listen to this.
The Essence Fest that was free. Like once you pay that general admission, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been.
Dang, that accent so nice, bro. My mom and dad met in New Orleans. That's where they met at. So it's like I got family there. She's a real artist. I'm gonna check her out, man. But
And now y'all been greedy, and look what happened. It's kind of dead out here. They didn't even have no traffic. That's the crazy part. Yesterday, they didn't have no traffic on the interstate. It's like, oh, okay. One thing
So that's what they were just talking about, the Essence Festival, man. Wasn't there? Master P actually. Michelle is an older stud from the 90s. Yo, Penny Bag, shout out to you, man. What you say, Michelle is a stud? I mean, they bringing me all of these global stars that they not hitting like the ones that's hitting that's Black American culture, in my opinion, though. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe, I ain't got my ears opening up to that sector. But she just dropped something. I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I'm gonna have to check it out. But we all know when it comes to this music, man, FBA. Oh, Michelle is American. Okay. All right. I ain't know that. I ain't know she was American. American indeed. Okay. My bad. I mean, I didn't hear of it, but I do feel like the American artists just have more influence over the whole world than other artists that's from around the world that they don't have the same influence in America. Do y'all see that? I know I ain't tripping. Sugar Queen TV show. Okay. I'm gonna definitely check that out, man. Definitely gonna check that out. But shout out to New Orleans. These are the people they said that's behind the Essence Fest. So they say, but not in jazz. But that was Jasmine Sullivan right there. Getting it. But so they had to call the people out about the feedback, but I definitely think they need to get when Frank Ocean finally drops his rap album. Mina put absolutely. Salute, Mina. Yeah, you put when Frank Ocean finally drops his rap album, it's game over. I mean, those is on here talking about who is your best like African artist. I couldn't really name him one, but I know of a little song. But in my opinion, it's just I ain't that tapped in. But I think that it's gonna go out of business. I really feel that anything that has to do with if it ain't Black American culture, I just don't feel like. But I still think we gonna have fun. We ain't gonna just, people came out there and spent their money. I don't think they just gonna lay down and not enjoy themselves, in my opinion. But check out Vina and Yusuf Daves. Okay. Are they like that though? Ray said. I'm gonna check them out now. As long as we know they are like that. But yeah, man, the Essence Festival was criticized, but I think it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more because we losing all of our like festivals and things we've been in the studio. Soon come with the fire, for real. That's what we need, man. But hard work pays off. But for sure, man, I had to come tap in on this Essence Fest. What's going on with the culture, but I do think it is it is an agenda to kind of dilute the culture. But I want to know what y'all think. Make sure y'all smash that like button. It pushed me on the algorithm. I want to get what people think about this video. And we will be going live this weekend, man. I ain't go live past couple weekends. I've been kind of out of town moving. But we're going to keep these eviction notices up. We're going to make sure everybody KSI British rap. Yeah, I mean, I ain't never heard of British rap. I mean, I heard of your boy, Slick Rick. I think he was from around that way, but I'm sure it's a lot of artists around the world that's on they black behavior. They are the best in the world. Facts. Alpha Miss is a world-class artist, jazz talent as well. Our brother. Okay. Alpha Miss. Okay. That's what's up, man. Y'all put me on some people for real. I definitely gotta tap into that. Slick Rick is honorary. Yeah, man, that was a he did his thing though. I can honestly say that's probably one of the most impactful people that I know that wasn't from America and they doing their thing and we listen to him. His storytelling was crazy. But yeah, man, y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. So we'll definitely be dropping something tomorrow, man. Y'all look out for me. And if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like button for me. If you've been checking out the channel, man, I appreciate and love y'all, man, for continuing to stop by and check on your boy. Here's some of the content. Put that dialogue, because y'all be putting me on a lot of stuff too. So I appreciate always conversating with y'all. So, man, without further ado, man, I'm finna let y'all get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Catch me tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. I will be going live Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, man, y'all tap in. Appreciate America and the UK have always been the leaders in world music. South Africa has music scene. That's what. Okay. With Cardi B. Man, I'm finna do something on Cardi B this weekend too, man. She got a lot. We gotta talk about, man. She been just all over the place. But man, I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. Peace and love. Let's get it.